In Asia Pacific, the winds of change are influenced by each government's approach to pandemic management and the goals that they have set to reopen their economies. For example, China is aiming for zero-case COVID, Singapore is adjusting to an endemic new normal, while India is racing towards herd resistance. Regardless of the scenario, market conditions remain fluid, and success in 2022 will require a digital-first mindset. Last year, Asia-Pacific's success in digital acceleration set it apart from the rest of the world. We saw economic recovery much earlier and the agile shift towards a digital-first economy. IDC believes that by the end of 2022, at least 65% of Asia-Pacific GDP will be coming from digital products, services, and experiences. And in the next 5 years, IDC expects at least 60% of enterprises will have a digital-first workforce where half to two-thirds of employees are trained on data, coding, agile, and/or advanced technology capabilities as work models shift from processes to outcomes. Will the region sustain its aggressive surge? Who will contribute the most to Asia's growing digital economy? And who will lag behind? Hear from IDC's leaders around the region on their views on the opportunities and challenges their markets will face.
Zero cases may not be achievable and under this zero-tolerance system. We live in a condition where we switched 100% lockdown for a period average 4 to 5 weeks. Then we turn to normal activities. Chinese organizations are moving towards improving the work environment and understanding new technology. The establishment of future work strategies will greatly help the digital transformation of China enterprises. In the context of the 14th Five-Year Plan, those that are benefiting from the increasing investment are those investing in digital resilience, thus experiencing the high growth of customer demand for innovation.
The biggest challenge that Hong Kong faces in trying to achieve zero COVID cases is the lack of vaccination in Hong Kong. With only 65% of the population vaccinated, this becomes the biggest impediment in Hong Kong being able to reach its goal. Hong Kong's future is dependent on improving world economy, strong financial market, increased local consumption, and easing of travel restrictions to help the return of tourism that supports the sustenance of its local business. We see a lot of headwinds in 2022 as COVID continues to rage havoc globally, and Hong Kong will struggle in the wake of its zero COVID goal to balance the restrictions versus openness of its borders.
Government measures ranging from contact tracing, quarantine, mask policy, and other safety initiatives have put the COVID situation in Taiwan more under control. Challenges posed by the pandemic notwithstanding, some sectors continue to invest in IT. We expect companies will invest more for themselves to prepare for the next waves of change as we move to the digital-first state, and this will drive the overall ICT spending go further next year.
While herd resistance is somewhat in the distance right now, owing to the density and demographics of the region, ASEAN economies are placing additional measures to ensure the reinstatement of economic growth, and with most of them now projecting a recovery transitioning into 2022. And as we shift to 2022, IDC anticipates a double-digit growth for IT spending in the ASEAN region owing to its specific solution-based spending across economic sectors.
India has begun building a herd resistance to the coronavirus. As lockdowns have been lifted across the country, the recovery has gained steam. We see a profound and long-lasting impact on the way people work and learn in India, as a hybrid work model becomes table stakes in tech-enabled industries. 71% of companies in India expect an increased spending on securing and enabling a hybrid workplace, which will drive demand for collaboration, connectivity, security, cloud and edge services.
As Australia and New Zealand move towards normalcy, both countries are unified in their commitment to embrace changes about how we work and how we learn. Early and accelerated investment in digital transformation has primed our businesses and educators for creating digital resiliency, and this is required to thrive in a post-pandemic world. In 2022, we expect both countries' ICT market to maintain modest but steady growth in traditional areas of technology spending. But investment that generates digital resiliency will climb sharply. The focus in 2022 will not be what to invest in, but rather how do we meet those capabilities to meet our aspirations.
The pandemic is expected to be treated as an endemic in Korea within this year. Digital first and hybrid models will become the next normal with the shift into the endemic. Given this momentum, the country's DX spending in 2022 is expected to achieve a sustained growth of double digit.
Singapore has, from time to time, demonstrated its resiliency towards fighting the COVID pandemic due to two critical factors. One, the government's thrust on pandemic management by leveraging technology to respond decisively and swiftly to the COVID-19 outbreak. Two, the population's acceptance of digital-first options that are made prevalent to them, from information channels about COVID such as Gov, DOP, SG, WhatsApp, to the more complex solutions such as telehealth or home-based learning platforms. This unprecedented and rapid pace of digitalization will continue to drive changes in society because COVID-19 has challenged our deeply held assumptions on just about everything. But the way Singapore is moving from a pandemic to an endemic state, where the borders and economy will reopen in a methodical way, tells me that this transition is the tailwind that will push Singapore ahead of its race to recovery. Personally, I can't wait to see what 2022 will bring us. Thank you.